All right, if you're a leader in the housing industry, you are probably wrestling with one huge question right now. How do you possibly win in a market this unpredictable? Today, we're going to break down a major event that promises to deliver the answer.
So, this event we're talking about, it makes a seriously bold claim, calling itself the most powerful room in housing. Wow, that is a high bar to set. So, let's dive in and unpack what's really behind that statement and why it matters so much to the industry's top players. Okay, so let's just start with the big problem, right? The core challenge facing every single leader out there is that the market is in constant flux. This isn't just business as usual. I mean, the ground is literally shifting under everyone's feet across the entire housing ecosystem.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question every executive is asking themselves. How do you not just survive, but how do you actually win when everything is constantly changing? For a lot of people, the answer to that question could define their entire year. So, what's really feeding all this uncertainty? Well, it boils down to the three big pillars of the market. You've got transaction volume, interest rates, and housing inventory. And right now, they are all totally unpredictable. And when nothing is stable, trying to do any kind of long-term strategic planning feels almost impossible. So, you're faced with all this instability. Where do you even begin to look for answers? For a solid path forward? Well, that brings us right back to that powerful idea, the most powerful room. And the solution being put on the table is this thing called The Gathering. It's a 4-day summit specifically for top executives in real estate, mortgage, and home building. And the focus is all about action, connecting with your peers, learning from the absolute experts, and, most importantly, strategizing to create concrete, actionable plans. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. It's hosted by HousingWire. It's down in Austin, Texas, from April 27th to the 30th. But honestly, the who is the most critical detail here. This event brings together leaders from across the entire housing ecosystem. It's not some siloed conference. It's a summit designed to give you that complete 360-degree view of the market. Any event is only as good as the people who show up. So let's take a look at the actual titans of the industry who are going to be there speaking. And look, this is way more than just shaking hands and exchanging business cards. We're talking about hearing concrete operational strategies straight from the most successful executives and the top economists in the game. This is real-world intelligence, right from the source. I mean, just take a look at this lineup. This really shows you the caliber of people we're talking about. You've got Logan Mohtashami, HousingWire's lead analyst, the CEOs of New American Funding, the National Association of Realtors, Keller Williams, and PennyMac. These aren't just commentators. These are the people who are out there actively shaping the future of the industry. All right, so you've got all the right people, all the best data, all in one room. So what? How does that actually turn into a real advantage for your business? Well, it's all about building the strategic playbook. The whole point of the gathering is super clear. It's designed to help you take all those amazing insights and turn them into actual results. Things you can measure, like revenue growth, better operational efficiency, and most importantly, practical plans you can start putting into action the second you get back to the office. And this is basically your roadmap. It's a simple 3-step path to getting a strategy you can actually count on. Step 1, you get that incredible executive access. Step 2, you absorb all the real-time data from the best analysts. And then step 3, you put those two things together to build your own custom playbook for the year ahead. And once you have that playbook, the advantages are just huge. Think about it. This event becomes a critical checkpoint for your entire year's strategy. You get to see the proven strategies from companies that are actually winning right now. Plus, you get this vital look into what's happening in other parts of the market, which is so crucial for making smart partnership and go-to-market decisions. Okay, this all sounds great, right? But it brings up the single most important question. Why now? Why is this so critical at this exact moment? It's because the pace of everything has just hit light speed. In this market, you just don't have the luxury of waiting around to make a decision. You have to make faster, more confident calls on enormous issues, like your overall strategy, your staffing, your tech investments. Hesitating for even a moment can be incredibly costly. And here it is. This is the real bottom line. The intelligence you gather and the strategies you build during these 4 days, they aren't just for next quarter. They are designed to shape your company's decisions and give you a competitive edge for the next 12 to 18 months. That is a massive long-term return on your time. So I want to leave you with this one kind of provocative thought. The strategies that are going to define the housing market for the next year and a half, they're going to be forged in that room. The only question left is, are you going to be in the room helping to shape that strategy, or are you going to be on the outside being shaped by it? Thanks for watching.